Welcome to the Dark Horse Chess Channel. Today's game is between Iivo Nei and Alexander Koblents.
In many variations of the Smith Morra Gambit, the knight on c3 is a very powerful piece. In this game, black did not properly defend against this powerful knight. After a jump to b5, black was in a losing position after only 9 moves.
The game started e4, c5, d4, c takes d4, c3, d takes c3, knight to c3. This is the Smith Morra Gambit accepted. White sacrifices a pawn for greater mobility of his pieces. His queen has great range, including a half-open queen file. The bishops have great range. Black is up a pawn, but his queen has limited mobility, and both bishops can't move. Knight to c6 was played, followed by knight to f3, d6, bishop to c4, and e6. This is the Scheveningen variation of the Smith Morra Gambit. White is down a pawn. Both knights are developed. Both bishops have good range, and the queen has great range. And white can castle on the next move. Black is playing defensively. Black is up a pawn, but the only piece that's developed is this knight. Both bishops can only move one square, and the queen has good range, but not as good as the white queen. And black is 2 moves away from castling. In the game, white castled, and black moved this knight to e7. Many times, black will put his bishop on f4, attacking this weak pawn, and the black knight will come over to g6 and attack the bishop. White played bishop to g5. In the Smith Morra Gambit, the knight on c3 is a very powerful piece. Many times it'll jump to b5 or d5 or e4 with devastating consequences. It is always smart for black to play pawn to a6 to limit this knight's range. But in the game, black played h6. Here, white ignored a pawn attacking the bishop and went knight to b5. At this point, white has a 3.5 point advantage. White is threatening to go knight takes d6, check. The king would have to move to d7, and then the white knight would fork the queen and the rook. Black played d5, which was the best move. White played e takes d5, also the best move. And then black took the bishop, which was also the best move. Here white has a choice of taking the knight or the pawn. If white takes the knight, d takes c6. Black plays knight takes c6, queen to d8 check, king takes d8. And after knight to g5, white is threatening a fork. And the black king can't go to e8 because then white has a fork on this side. So black's best move would go king to e7. At this point, white has a 1.3 point advantage. But in the game, white went d takes e6. And the best move here was to go bishop takes e6. Bishop takes e6. Queen takes d1. Rook takes d1. F takes e6. Knight to d6 check. And the king has to move into a discovered attack. King to d7. And then after knight to f7, white wins the rook and has a 3.7 point advantage. Now let's go back to white's 11th move. White went d takes e6. Black did not go bishop takes e6. Black went knight to g6, and this allows e takes f7 check, followed by king to e7, and after queen to e1 check, white has a devastating attack. Alright, here, black can't go back to the d file because of rook to d1, so black is forced to go king to f6, and after queen to e3, white has a checkmate threat of queen takes g5. I hear black played knight to f4, which was the best move. White responded h4, also the best move. Black went bishop to e6, h takes g5 check, king to f5, bishop takes e6 check, knight takes e6, after g4 check, black resigned. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks for watching.